Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Cowboys taking the field on offense, and for a 7th season, it's Dak Prescott who brings him out.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, Week 6, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And taken right at the 35. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 44.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts
steps away to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And out across midfield down to the 45. A 1st down there on a pickup. Miles Sanders' first carry of the game. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The numbers for Sanders last week: 19 carries, 87 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
Micah Parsons.
He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Under pressure, they got him again.
Micah Parsons.
Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Complete. Smith has it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on third down. Prescott now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ross. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Prescott to throw on fourth.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. Now Prescott.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He'll find Schwartz complete right side.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Cowboys at 500, 7-7 on the year. Hey, Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Prescott.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Pack in Miami at 1. We got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. Finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis.
And he's got room. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Micah Parsons able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Yeah, the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back.
Throwing is Hurts.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that third down pass. Brings up fourth.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott.
Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Here's Prescott. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Prescott yet again.
He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. 4th down, Prescott.
Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th.
How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? The kick by Maher is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
He'll take the knee in the final couple seconds. Will tick high in this first half. So we reach halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster clip.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. And the Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And they got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter.
41 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Right back to Sanders on first down. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Oh, that was the thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dalton Schultz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense.
So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped in that huddle and said, a lot more to be done, guys. Let's not, would you say take your foot off the pedal? Let's not do that right now. But there is that possibility as people can get self-satisfied. The greats do not. We'll find out what he's made of.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
This is complete to Watkins on the slant.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Shifts by him. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 77 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Another run with Sanders. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hurts. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Sanders.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal.
It'll be Hurts on the option.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th-quarter lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And this is caught, and that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
What a huge touchdown that was. Late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Dak and the Cowboys down 20-10, 1:53 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Tolbert.
Now a give here to Pollard. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Prescott. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. On 1st and he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is
Now an overturn. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. It's a second down run with Sanders. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Going for it with Sanders. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
holding, offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And some of these different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy.